Hi everyone, this is Cameron of Bubbles' Hot 46853 here with something rather different than normal. Remember when I was standing right here dancing like an idiot for Bob Show's next review of The Neighbors? Well, he's made another call to arms for people to review some other works that he's reviewed to expose other people to his level of awesome, no matter what form of editing ability they have, and in my case, none. At least for now. He previously asked Alpha Omega reviews to happen, with some people doing Dino Digs as well, but I was out of state for a while, so I missed out. So, what have we got for this one? Cool Cat saves the kids. Well, let's get this over with. Okay. It starts off with our titular character dancing to visual effects and generic happy music. And looking at him, I remember why I used to be freaked out by animal costumes. Okay, there have been some amazing works out there by many talented fursuiters out there, but costumes like that are what made me hide under the table at Chuck E. Cheese. Yeah, it's the costumes that scared me, not the animatronics. Anyway, next we get a little skit worthy of an elementary school music morning show. At least that second little girl looks like she was enjoying it. Then we see Cool Cat smoothing out a sign for something. I think it was school president. Yeah. And his friend Maria is coming over to help. Cool Cat can't get the door because his hands are full. 1, those are paws. 2, you can just put something heavy on it and flatten it out better than what you were doing earlier. How about that popcorn machine in the back? Maria says they can make more signs outside, and Cece seems to like that idea when he goes, "Ooh!" It's always the insignificant things that crack me up, just like that. Like a few seconds later, they cut off that little scooting stool noise when he stands up. The get-up noise for your Homestar fans. Then they head outside and get ready to work after some awkward pauses in editing. With people like you on our team, how can we go wrong? Okay, Mr. Savage, with the editing powers that you have, I'm sure this would have been a very simple fix. I don't have that luxury right now. I'm stuck with stuttering and have to go with what I get. One more ooh later, we see our antagonist who feels like picking on someone today and is gonna punk up on Cool Cat. Yeah, that's a weird euphemism. It's kind of hard to tell what's being said when you slur your words together like that, kid. He sends a text to Maria, and she guesses it's a contest you won. If you don't remember entering it, it is most likely fake and a virus or a scam. Anyway, Maria smiles, weirdly happy for a sad person, and reads that the text is insulting her hair. This bully should probably try that on Josuke Higashikata, if you know what I mean. See how that goes. A second text appears, and Cece hopes that it's an apology. No such luck. He then attacks Cool Kid directly. Why do they call you Cool Cat? They shouldn't call you Dumb Cat. Nice job, kid. Did you spend all night thinking that up? We finally learn this kid's name is Butch the Bully, and after Cece does whatever that was he does at 8 minutes 50 seconds, or 7:22, we all know what I mean when you see it. 7:22 if you have the DVD. We see Butch say school is for dummies and proceed to Jet Set Radio Cool Cat signs. However, Karma sprays paint in his face and he runs off as the others laugh at him. Butch then frames some other kids for tagging other stuff around town. I love how Cool Cat is chewing these kids out. The guy in the back is like, "Oh, what a lovely day today. I might go for it." Nope, I don't want to even know. And after teaching them a lesson, they go back to work as Cool Cat. Must be a stolen joke from Bob Show! Ba-bum. What? You owed me from that vampire dog scare. Thankfully, before he can get too excited, Daddy Derek brings them in for lunch, made by his wife, who is the same costume as Cool Cat with lips, eyelashes, and a dress. Let's not think about that too deeply. Anyway, Drag Cat answers the phone. Hi, Sammy. I'll tell him right now. You have editing powers, Mr. Savage. This is a very easy fix. So they're going to Hollywood later for a meeting, and Cool Cat says, "Ooh, I'm gonna go check my email!" He does this by going to his website and improvising surf music. It's as weird as it sounds. He gets an insulting email and then goes to sleep over what he should do. At least, that's that's what I think is happening. Just barely darkening the room doesn't automatically make it nighttime. Also, I didn't think it was possible to sleep with your eyes open. And so we have Comic Sans telling us we're going to Dreamland, which I guess is where Yoda was in his cameo in It's a Very Muppet Christmas. Cool Cat decides to stand up for himself and wakes up with the same entrance animation and font. And he exquisites himself again. Talk about your morning wood. He thinks it's a crazy dream, but we've all had much crazier. Cool Cat wakes up to find Daddy Derek. You ready to go to Hollywood? Ooh, you know I am! So they head to Hollywood and see the Walk of Fame. And Cool Cat's star is so obviously photoshopped. The real one has been vandalized so much you can't even recognize what it is. I went there and wrote Dumb Cat on it. Anyway, CC has a fantastic story to tell you. He's gonna be in Hollywood Parade! You know, you could have just gotten the call without having to drive all the way there. Gas prices are crazy high right now. And he tells Mama Cat the fantastic story with a very noticeable edit line down the middle. And also cutting briefly before Daddy finishes saying that it's the real deal. And I'm just going to stop mentioning editing flukes now, otherwise we'd be here forever. Later, Cece calls Maria to tell her the good news and goes to bed. Wow, that was a short day and a very creepy transition. After his morning pleasuring, he heads downstairs. Oh, but he must brush his teeth first! After he chews us out for watching him go to the bathroom, I would leave you alone if it was possible. And he goes out and writes a song for the parade, while oohing like a monkey to show ideas with Daddy Derek. You know what, I'm just going to stop counting all the oohs until the end of the movie. Less than 30 minutes in, we're already at like 15. They perform the song, which is pretty bland. And why does CC have a microphone if he doesn't do anything with it? And why are you repeating what you just sung in Spanish? Well, at least you're using your little grade from FLVS that you got a lot better than I was. After that generic song, Cool Cat goes to the green room to try to make a dance video. As he fumbles with the remote, maybe it's this one! Maybe it's this one! Maybe it's this one! I could just watch him do that for hours on end and not get bored. When he does get it to work, he treats it like virtual reality. If only. And then he dances to a rap song that's just as engaging as the rock song from earlier. Next scene! We make it to the Hollywood Parade where we see many cars from other movies. And Cool Cat is eager to point them out, being very specific not to say what brand of car they are. You know how Daddy Derek is about copyright? Which is why we have all these famous cars from all these trademark movie franchises. Logic? Not here. Speaking of logic, during the parade, one of the hosts says Cool Cat is the creation of Derek Savage. Not son, creation. Are we trying for a Roger Rabbit type thing here? I really wish I could do that type of thing and bring my own character to life. I hate reality sometimes. Anyway, Cool Cat wishes everyone a Merry Christmas, which is odd since I haven't seen any decorations anywhere. And the scene just keeps going. The entire scene really overstays its welcome, and I doubt any of the crowd shown wants to be a part of this movie anymore. The next day, Cool Cat meets Maria at the home of two actors I don't know. But uh-oh, Butch the Bully is here to be mean. That kid kicked sand in Cool Cat's face. And finally, there are some edits to his face for little squinty eyes. The celebrities save kids from Butch, and they tell Cece to yell loudly at him to try to get him to stop. Yeah, seeing how Butch screams shut up at Cool Cat's face, I don't see how this is going to end well. Maria says that she had a bully that posted lies about her on the internet. Cool Cat responds, "Oh no! They put lies on the internet?" On the internet? How naive can you get? Once they leave, Butch comes back to try to steal their lunch money. You know you're not in school right now or anything? That won't really work out. Cool Cat takes that advice and puts it into practice with a surprise guest appearance of Mr. Angry Eyes. Butch, in retaliation, runs off crying. Wow, what a glass cannon. So the celebrities come back and Cece talks to the camera about how we can stop bullying. Yay! cat saves the kids. And I personally thought it was... Wait, we're not done yet? What else is there to go? It seemed like a great place to end it. Well, Cool Cat finds one of Daddy Derek's entertainment magazines on his porch. Shouldn't that kind of thing be kept locked in his closet and not lying out in the open? Indecent material like that shouldn't be... Oh, wait, he's just talking about a writing contest. Cece decides to enter and tells his parents about it. In front of a no soliciting sign. You know, there are ways to solve a problem like that. Look at the Strong Bed emails, No Loafing, and Redesign for special tips on how to solve this issue. Anyway, he tries to write a book about Charlie the Trout, which is essentially ripping off Daddy Derek's book of the same name. Silly Cool Cat, didn't your father teach you about fair use and copyright infringement? Or maybe Daddy Derek stole his son's idea and made a lot of money off of him. Scandalous! He gets writer's block very early on and does this exercise to get the creative juices pumping, starting with jumping jacks. Hit him! 1, 2, 3. I am so pumped up! Anyway, he's on a roll and draws the cover of his book, which is just a printed picture of the actual cover of the actual book, with his paw covering the written by Daddy Derek marking on it. We get a cartoon of the night turning into morning, and oh my crap, that sun is terrifying! No, really, pause the movie for a second. That puts the baby sun from Teletubbies to shame! Heck, it puts the moon from Majora's Mask to shame! It's only there for half a second, but... Jeez Louise, man! Okay, back to the movie. Cece must have changed clothes while he slept, because his shirt is completely different. His morning inspiration produces the final line in his story. Charlie the Trout makes another friend. Okay, in 2005 or 6, my little brother Lane, who's holding the camera right now, was in 5th grade. He was entered a book writing contest. His entry was an ABC's book based on the video game Meteos. This book was heavily based on an established game for the Nintendo DS. And it's still more original than this excuse for a story. But Cece's point about the creative process is true. At least I can agree on that much. But I don't want to know what it feels like to have the product of said creative process panned to such a degree as this movie. Back to the movie. Cool Cat gets stressed, again, and gets his daily exercise. One conspicuous set of squats later, he comes down for breakfast. After eating it faster than Sakura eating an entire box of red bean mochi, Fire Emblem Fates for the win, Cool Cat heads outside, getting his tail stuck in a bush, to see Maria and Mikey. Who's Mikey? He has this cool ball that he bounces into the street and almost gets run over. So not only is this movie talking about bully safety, it's now talking about traffic safety. What's next, gun safety? Suddenly, the radio says there's a candy thief going around taking candy from the babies. As it turns out, the thief is Butch the Bully. What a real shocker. Maria tells it like it is. It's up to you, Cool Cat. Go save the children. Come on, we gotta save the children. He does this by ignoring the traffic safety lessons he just gave to chase after him. Butch runs into a police car and gets arrested for his newsworthy candy heist. Maria and Mikey say they could make a movie out of this and drops the title so hard that it stubs our toes. Seriously, that is painful. Speaking of painful, the radio says that the candy crook was released due to lack of evidence because the crook ate all the candy. Seriously? That is your evidence! Why are the police and children's media so useless? You keep watching him, possibly check his poop in order to find traces of candy in it for your proof. Have him eat mineral oil or do something to speed up the process. There are ways of proving that kind of thing. And also, how did they not confiscate Butch's candy when they caught him? He couldn't have eaten it while it was running away or anything. Anyway, after that news alert, the kids go outside to play treasure hunters, and I don't know any adventurers that have a lucky stick. They find an empty can, but they just leave it there instead of doing a lesson on recycling. Take that as you will. The next thing they find is a gun. I was joking. Michael worriedly suggests picking it up and taking it home. No! You leave it there. Treat every gun like it is loaded and that the safety is off. First, you almost get run over, and then you want to take home a gun. What is wrong with this kid? Butch, having just got back out of the big house, notices the gun and wants to bring it to school to take everyone's lunch money. Yeah, I'm not touching that subject with a 39.5-foot pole. Cool Cat sees Butch take the gun and suggests telling someone about it. Michael, being the dunce that he is, doesn't want to tell anyone because he'll be branded as a tattletale and a snitch. Screw that noise! A snitch is worth 150 points and ends the game! Go for it, man! So they go for it and tell Daddy Derek, with background music similar to the transition music of The Neighbors. Derek's advice thankfully isn't from his gun self-defense for women movie, and he talks to Butch's dad about it. Transition to the next morning, thankfully cutting footage before the creepy sun, and Derek walks the kids to school in slow motion. They see Butch showing the gun and they dash to the school to get the police. Butch thankfully puts the gun gently on the ground. If he just dropped it, it probably would have gone off and shot someone. Kind of like this one gun video I saw in school. Was it like The Big Shot or something? I can't find it anywhere online. It had this kid that always had a marble with him, and now I'm just getting off topic. I have to cope with this somehow. The kids get arrested, and the teachers love Cool Cat. Also, he became school president and apparently won that writing contest. Yeah, remember those little diversions? The other kid at school who was arrested came over to apologize. His mom got him out and spanked his butt. Yep, remember when spankings weren't qualified as child abuse? I do. They all recap everything that was taught, making sure you're ready for the quiz at the end from your teacher, and the credits roll. Also, I noticed that Cool Cat was played by both Cool Cat and some dude named Jason Johnson, and 3 people played Mama Cat. And the credits have a smiling teacher, screaming girl for help, and we need Cool Cat girl, which was the little girl that was enjoying herself with that line earlier, way at the beginning. Also, the most convincing performances are the ones after the credits. So, that was Cool Cat Saves the Kids, and it was... I had to take a break for an entire day just to get through this movie. It was poorly edited with very simple and fixable mistakes, and the lessons could use a little bit of work to be more effective. Hate to see about that movie they're going to do about autism and Down syndrome. And that's coming from a guy with Asperger's. But the most destructive part of this entire ordeal was the huge controversy between Derek Savage and the reviewers of this movie. You can read that on Wikipedia or elsewhere on that site. Having said that, I think I might be in the line of fire and should take cover soon. Just keep away from this movie. You can spend your 80 minutes elsewhere. And one last thing. Everyone keeps making Cool Cat's catchphrase that exquisite thing, even though he only says it once in the entire movie. If anything, it should have been ooh, because he says it like 28 times. Really? 28? Anyway, that entire thing reminds me of Neville Longbottom's "Why is it always me?" in the second movie. He only said it once, but everyone treats it like his catchphrase. But anyway, with that said, thanks very much for watching. Thank you, Guestsheaux, for the great opportunity, and I hope to see you again on my channel. Link is hopefully in the description. Bye! Come on, Lane, let's get to the bunker.